Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Injustice 2 player. And this video is all about Green Arrow and how to beat him. Oh yes, I've got requested and I'm seeing a ton of Green Arrows around lately, so figured I'd help you guys out. Like I say with all my How to Beat series, there's no true one way to beat a good player. A good player is just a good player, but here's some tips about the matchup that maybe you may or may not have known. So Green Arrow has two wake-up attacks. He has the Stinger, which he can enhance and goes low overhead. So if you didn't lab that, if you're getting hit by the second hit a lot, let's see if I can record the AI doing it. So you see low overhead. So you just block low on wake up, and then overhead. If you knock him down, you can counter this with a meter burn. Meter burn back 3, forward 3, depending on the character. You do have to wait just a little bit for him to come out of the invincibility frames of it, but it's pretty easy to time, unless you have an incredibly slow back 3, which I'm not sure that really any character has. But if you do, then maybe it won't work. But he also has the Hurricane Bow, which is a launcher. The Hurricane Blow sounds like a porno. Hurricane Bow by itself is unsafe, I believe. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong moves list. That doesn't help. Yeah, so it's minus 16. So it's really a read here on if he's going to enhance it or not. So you really want to make sure that you watch his meter. If he doesn't have meter, then obviously he can't really enhance it. He'll just do the regular one by itself, and you can't meter burn back 3 that on wake up. The timing, I mean, maybe, but the timing is super specific that I wouldn't really risk it because it's multi-hitting. So what you want to do, let's record him here. I'm doing the meter burn version to launch. There's a gap right before the last hit, and you can actually meter burn back 3 that, if I can time it right, into a lot of damage. There, 444. That's not even like max. Yeah, something like that. One thing about Green Arrow is he has lower defense. I'm not going to say it's like dark side type levels of low, because it's not. It's like 1350, I believe, in tournament mode, where a lot of them hover around 1500. So you kind of want to save your big combos for him and punish him when you get the opportunity, because he's very safe and he has this really annoying zoning. So he has those little shitty arrows that he can kind of duck under projectiles. So if you have any sort of an air projectile, something like that, or a teleport or something, that would work well against him. One trick that a lot of Green Arrow players like to do is they like to hold this and then jump and either mix you up with an overhead or just land and do a low. This is fairly avoidable. You can actually counter on both options by just meter burn back 3 and then just trying to hit him right before he lands. It'll literally counter both options. You'll see that I'm a huge fan of the meter burn back 3 because it's just like so useful in so many different matchups that it's just a really good tool. And like you get full combos off a read on a gap or a string or an interactable or anything. So one thing about him is he has no mix-ups like just right off the bat other than this forward 3, which is an overhead. So you can be pretty safe just walking back against him. He's got a sweep and then forward 3. Other than that, he'll use this string a lot, which is a low into overhead, and then of course he can cancel it low into low. I find this pretty easy to fuzzy guard that, and even if you don't, I would probably suggest blocking overhead more, because that can actually lead into a combo, whereas the arrow just kind of leads into more pressure and doesn't really do a lot of damage. It also allows you to auto block, so you can push block if you don't want to deal with his pressure anymore. So just a tip there. And that's about it, guys. That's some tips on how to beat Green Arrow. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave a like, because it really helps me out. And subscribe, because we make videos every single day. Hashtag Bonehogs and all that stuff. And we'll see all you guys in the next video.
Accept your death.